Hi, my name is Ashley Huff, and for my presentation, I wanted to focus on the power of social media and if it creates a realistic society or if it is unrealistic. So to start off, what is social media? The dictionary states that social media is websites and applications that enable users to create and share content or to participate in social networking. Some examples of social media are Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, YouTube, and many other platforms. Matthew Hudson, author of The Balanced Small Business, describes social media as any digital tool that allows users to quickly create and share content with the public. There are 4 types of social media. First, there is social networks, which is an example of Facebook, Instagram, basically a place where people are allowed to post content and collaborate with others. There are media networks, which is an example of YouTube, where you can create videos of yourself and post them. Discussion networks, which is an example of Reddit. It allows you to create storylines of any different ideals of different story bases. And then there are review networks like Yelp, where you can post reviews of stores and restaurants to allow other people to read them and gain insight on those places. Advertisements and marketing is also a big form of social media, and they are known as influencers. So my overlying question I wanted to focus on is social media creating an unrealistic society, or is it pretty realistic for the life that we are living today? So a little overview off of everything that I wanted to focus on. The first is people compare themselves to others. It is very easy to use social media to compare ourselves to other people in a good way and a bad way. This can motivate people to be better. However, it can also cause demotivation because we don't feel like we can ever compare ourselves to these type of people, so why even try? People use their platform to spread positivity. And they can use it to motivate people. They can use it to spread positivity and uplift everyone in times of need. Posts can be photoshopped and not depict the truth. It is very easy to create an idealistic photo of yourself and an idealistic life, and it often cannot depict the real truth of what someone is living through. We can connect people all around the world. You can meet new people, contact new people, connect with old friends and new friends. But social media also has the ability to have fake news and what is real and also what is credible. And as social media becomes more prevalent in the world today, it is a lot easier for fake news to spread widely and greatly rather than what is actually credible. To start off with, we have motivation. Science Daily, the author of University of Pennsylvania Annenberg School for Communication, talks about motivation in social media and how the influence of our social networks can be a powerful motivator to encourage more physical activity. Seeing influencers who promote a healthy lifestyle is a great motivator for people to want to get up and start going. Also, we follow what other people are doing. If we see a lifestyle someone is living, we often motivate ourselves to create that version of our own lifestyle. We can also find support online to keep each other going by having motivators, by having people that can check up on us and keep us going. It's a great motivator to hold ourselves accountable. And Janet Anthony, author of 8 Proven Ways How to Use Social Media for Motivation, says that in that way, social media doesn't just motivate us and keep us going, but it also protects us from ending up demotivated and depressed. So by having each other to keep us going, it prevents us from losing that motivation and continuing to look forward to something and spark our interests. The next idea we focus on is comparison, and comparison is a huge impact on how we see ourselves based on someone else. Kelly Finnerty, author of A Scholar Breaks Down the Real Reasons We Compare Ourselves on Social Media, states that social comparison can make us feel unhappy or angry, can lead us to have a distorted view of the ideal female body. It is very easy to Photoshop the perfect photo and create the ideal body type, and yet people still believe that the unrealistic photos people post of their lives are truly real and can cause one to feel less worthy because their life doesn't look that picture perfect. However, comparison is a natural part of the human development, and so we compare ourselves with others to see how we fit into society. Then there are 2 different types of social comparison. Where upward comparison is when people compare themselves to people who are better off than they are. This is when we look at people who have picture perfect lives on social media and we compare themselves thinking that we aren't as good as them and that we don't compare to them the same way we wish we did. And then there's downward comparison when people compare themselves to those who are less proficient than they are. An example of this is, say you are very bad at a sport and you would look at someone else on the team who's also poor at that sport and you would say, well, at least I'm not as bad as them. Social media also allows for connections and to stay up to date and be connected with people all around the world. We can meet new people online, we can stay connected to relatives and friends from all around the world, and allows for a different outlet and portal of communication throughout every place on earth, and you don't need to be in the same state or town as that person to gain connections with them. Russell Heimlich, author of Pew Research Center Using Social Media to Keep in Touch, states that roughly 2/3 of social media, which is about 67% of people, users say that staying in touch with current friends and family members is a major reason they use social media. Like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, about half say they use these sites to reconnect with old friends. Social media can be used for the benefit of spreading positivity and using one's platform for the good of the people. Celebrities are using their platforms to spread positivity through dark times, especially during a pandemic. For example, John Krasinski has created a YouTube channel where he posts news broadcasts called Some Good News, where he highlights good things going on in the world, especially during a time where everything seems like it's going wrong. Jimmy Fallon is continuing his show from home. He incorporates his daughters to incorporate new and fun content. The little things happening on social media can have the biggest impact on the world, no matter when or where. More ways to spread positivity are when influencers are using their platform to come together, collaborate, and create content that brings smiles on people's faces. However, it can have its repercussions due to the fact that people online have others looking up to them and using them as motivators and mentors. It can be a difficult job bringing light to difficult situations while also having to deal with them on your own. And it could also be difficult with large groups of people hoping not to mess up while in the spotlight. A lot of people have been able to continue their platform in proper manners. However, other people will say one thing or do one thing, and it can often jeopardize their career forever. Social media can be used for spreading positivity as long as people have correct intentions and do it properly. The last topic I focused on is fake news, which has been greatly used in social media, not for the best, because people confuse their opinions with actual facts, causing their opinions to spread faster than the actual facts and it not being credible. A report from a nonprofit organization called VAZ stated that political fake news garnered more than 150 million views in 2019. People are more biased by own reasoning, causing them to believe certain political views and news based on who they believe, whether it is real or not. This causes fake news to spread faster than the truth and cause uproar and non-credible sources to become less credible. Kristen Weyer, author of Why We Fall for Fake News, Hijacked Thinking or Laziness from American Psychological Association, states that the idea that people's cognitive processes are biased towards believing things that conform with their worldview. This is why fake news is more prevalent than credible sources, because when we believe different ideas based off of our opinions, we don't necessarily see what is real and what is not. My first visual is two different polls that were taken from a group of people. The first one focuses on the question, people are less authentic and real on social media than they are offline. 54% strongly agreed with this, and 23% also agreed, creating 77% agreeing that people are less authentic and real on social media than they are offline. This leads 20% to disagree and 2% to strongly disagree, showing that people can be authentic offline, however, more agreed that they are not. The next question focuses on people get to show different sides of themselves on social media that they can't show offline. 63% strongly agreed, 22% agreed, 13% disagreed, and 2% strongly disagreed. This one showed more people thinking that you can use different sides of social media that you can't show offline, while other people believe that it is easier to be your true self offline rather than on social media. My next two visual aids talk about fake news and how a majority say fake news has left Americans confused about basic facts. 64% of US adults who say completely made up news has caused a great deal of confusion about the basic facts of current events. 24% of US adults who say completely made up news has caused some confusion about the basic facts of current events, and 11% of adults have no confusion about the basic facts of current events. There is also a majority are confident in their ability to recognize fake news. 39% are very confident that they have the ability to make out what is fake and what is credible. 45% have somewhat confidence, and 15% are not at all confident that they can depict what is credible and what is fake. And as we continue to go into a society where social media is becoming very strongly used, it is becoming even more prevalent that people are becoming more and more non-confident off of what is fake and what is credible. My last visual aid shows how people use social media and use the internet. 42% use it to stay in touch with what their friends are doing. 41% is to use it to stay up to date with news and current events. 39% use it to fill up spare time. 37% use it to find funny or entertaining content. 34% use it for general networking with other people. 33% use it because a lot of their friends are on them and they want to stay in touch with them. 32% use it to share photos or videos with others. 30% use it to share their own opinion on pressing matters. 29% use it for research / find products to buy. And 27% use it to meet new people. To conclude off this presentation, I wanted to focus on key points presented throughout the PowerPoint. First, social media can be used for good and bad. It is both a negative implicator and it is also a positive implicator. Parts of this focus on fake news. It is very hard to depict what is fake and what is credible, especially during these times with political views, self-views, using them for health and wellness, and just also opinions versus facts. Not everything is how it seems. It is very easy to create the ideal look and ideal image of what a life should look like because there is Photoshop and there is green screen and everything that can make a life look a lot better than it actually is, whereas behind the scenes it is probably not even comparable to what is being posted. And lastly, use social media as a self-motivator and also to connect with others. Use it as a positive platform and be able to motivate people, yourself, and also connect with others, reconnect with people from all around the world, and meet new people.